Good morning, guys. It's Wednesday, day 3 of our program, and we have a fun-filled one for you today. There's quite a bit to go through. Majority of you will know the movements. You've seen them in the class before. We've either used them as part of increasing range of movement in our warm-ups or at the back end of our session where we're trying to develop some specific strength in areas that we may need them. So with our warm-up today, we've got 3 exercises and we're going to go 2 to 3 rounds with it. Okay, so the first exercise we have is a deep squat and hamstring stretch. So what we're looking to achieve here is going into the bottom of the squat. We're going to grab our toes. We're going to use that to leverage off. I'm then going to pull myself down into the bottom of the squat. I'm using my elbows to drive my knees out, trying to pull my hips to the back of my heels, nice and tall, and I'm going to keep that tension on my toes, and I'm going to stretch the hamstrings, and then back down again. Okay, so we're going for 10 reps there. We then move into a single leg RDL. All right, this is going to warm up the hamstrings and glutes, but it's also going to challenge your stability. Some of you may need to find a wall, use that as a guide, but essentially what we're looking at doing, arranging myself, foot off the ground, I unlock my hips, drive my hips back, let my chest come forward, I can reach out, and then I snap back up. Okay, so that front leg locks out. Push the knee back, squeeze the glutes through. You can put that foot back on the ground. Unlock, hips back, chest forward, snap up. Okay, so we're doing 10 each side before we move into our seated pike leg lifts. So, I can increase the intensity of this exercise by bringing my hands all the way forward. And we might do that if it's at the back end of the session, but we're just using this as a warm-up, all right? So hands may be your hips. Some of you maybe have to go back further. And we're squeezing the knees together and the feet. We're doing 10 leg lifts. All right, 2 to 3 rounds in your own time. Quality of movement is very important here because it's going to set up the rest of your session. Once we've done that, we're going to move into a tricep today. So we've got 3 strength exercises that we're going to move through. One is a staggered stance dumbbell RDL. The other one is a hamstring walkout, and then we're going to move into some side plank hip touches. So, if this would be a single arm dumbbell RDL, I want to step back with one foot, unlock the hips, drive them back, snap back out with that front leg. Front leg's working, back leg's just a stabilizer. Okay, so you've got your 8 to 10 reps there. A hamstring walkout. We usually use this as a warm-up, but it's good to add some tension to the hamstring. Bridge the hips up, keep the hips up, slowly walk your feet all the way out without letting your bum or back of legs touch the ground. 10 reps there. Then we move to our side plank. We go down, hip touch, up. Down, hip touch, up. 10 reps. Make it slightly easier by putting the foot on the ground in front or dropping to the knees. 10 each side. Then you have 30 seconds rest in between each exercise to maintain quality. And then we have 90 seconds to 2 minutes rest after you've done all 3. And we do 4 sets today. That's our strength component. So again, with our strength component, because we don't have lots of heavy weights, we're looking for quality of movement, we're looking for some added time under tension, okay? So we're taking our time through these exercises, right? Maybe slowing them down, 3,000, 2,000, 1,000, up. You might only have an 8 kilo dumbbell or a 15 kilo dumbbell, slow it down. If you do this, you're not going to feel anything, you're not going to get a good stimulus, okay? So slow everything down, nice controlled. Now, fitness component. Might be a little bit challenging to understand. Essentially, you're just going to have a running clock on. Get all your equipment set up, and then clock starts on 0, okay? As soon as you hit that buzzer, you're going to move into a 200-meter run, 80 double unders, 160 single skips. You could do a minute worth of mountain climbers. If you don't want to just do a minute worth of mountain climbers, do 30 seconds of them, and then maybe 30 seconds of jumping jacks, something to elevate that heart rate. You then come in and you got 30 power cleans from the ground. Single arm, so I'm up, front rack position. Back down, up, front rack position. And you can do that with a dumbbell as well. Do 15 each arm. Once you've completed that, we go into some anchored sit-ups. So you can either put your feet under your lounge, under your dumbbell, under something heavy to keep them down, and you do your 40 sit-ups. We then move into 30 shoulder press each side. 30 shoulder press altogether, 15 each side. Now it's up to you and depending on the weight. The weight's pretty good. You could go strict, might have to go push press, might have to go push jerk. All right, completely up to you what you do. And then you finish with a 200-meter run or your cardio piece again. Now that first component is for time, all right? And there's a 7-minute time cap on it. The reason for that 7-minute time cap is because we want you to have 3 minutes rest. So running clock, complete all of that for time, right? If you finish or don't finish by the 7-minute mark, you stop wherever you are. Okay, you rest to the 10-minute mark, and then we move into an exercise where we do every 5 minutes for 4 rounds. So you have a 5-minute window. So you start on the 10, do X amount of work, you start again on the 5, X amount of work, again on the 20, X amount of work, and so forth. And in that part, you've got 20 alternating hang snatch, 10 kettlebell goblet squats or dumbbell goblet squats, 10 burpee over your dumbbell or kettlebell, and then 100-meter run or 40 double unders, 40 jumping jacks, etc. 10-minute mark, you start working on that. Let's say you finish at the 3.5 minute mark, you get to rest until the 15. And you start again on the 15, you finish on the 19 minute mark, you rest again to the 20. So movements are pretty self-explanatory, but I'll go over. Hang snatch, so I get my kettlebell swing, right, then I pull my elbow, and I'm up and over. From there, back to my kettlebell swing, up and over. My goblet squat. Then your burpee over your kettlebell or dumbbell. It's pretty self-explanatory there. And that's it. So you've got a bit to get through today. Really focus on the warm-up and part A. Okay, obviously the conditioning piece is designed to elevate your heart rate, get a good sweat on, but we want to maintain quality of movement as well. If you have any questions about that workout, please hit me up. But yeah, let me know how you go and whether you're enjoying them so far. Thanks, guys.